Professor is stuck in lift with Helen. He is on to open it. Last night he came by stairs. Chris had gone to check the fuse box when the light went. She asks if he saw him. He says he wasn't there. He finally opens it, gets onto the ground floor. She keeps asking behind of what he sees. People are dead on the road, and Chris isn't there. He gets out of there to Chris. In the underground station, someone wakes up Emily and apologizes. Tom asks if Dad would be dead. They have to stay here until all gets right. He carries Chris's body and keeps it near others. He gets back, gets to her, and says he was looking for a rope. He has to get her out. Here in the Alps and mountains, Dr. Durand leaves the facility. Colonel stops him. She has to find Sophia. He says he's sorry, but if she's alive, they can't find her. And if she comes here, she should be here. He asks her to get inside. He acts upon it. Both get downstairs, and she finds Chris dead like other people. Sarah says if all would have been all right, people would have been back by now. They get upstairs. There's a body on the escalator. They get outside. Tom says, "What's all this?" They are moving among dead bodies on all sides. She asks Tom to get inside. She gets on the belt, and as they told Dad, they'll get home. It's not working. They are going to go by foot. She cries alone and gets herself together. City, streets, squares, there's dead bodies. 3 guys looting a shop ask a man if he has seen other people. He asks, "What's happened?" Phone, radio, internet, all is dead. They can't know what's happening. He asks his friend Fred to give him a water bottle. He can stay with these. He has to go find his family across the Channel Tunnel in London. All circuits are down except for things and equipment they brought inside that are working. All frequencies, including emergency bands, are dead. He asks if she wants to bury him in the park. He doesn't think Dan is dead. He was in the bunker then. She gets up. He goes behind her. She has to look for Dan. She wants to go alone. He's his son as well. She says, "Why did you even come here? It's Hammersmith, West London." A boy is alone. He walks along the road. He picks a pistol from a dead officer and their gun as well. He suggests she take food along and packs it. She gives him Chris's new jogging shoes, since his feet will hurt and slow them. At the observatory, a soldier is getting a pulse and noise. She gets downstairs and tells the soldier she has to check arrays and antennas with the colonel's permission. This soldier is worried for his family. She moves. The soldier fixes the frequency and asks the colonel to hear it. It's not their frequency. It's coming from the northeast of their position, but they don't know the exact position. Aliens might have reached here. She's outside, sees a dead family in their car, and moves ahead. Helen puts clothes over the dead and Chris. The signal didn't kill the dog. He leaves the door open for the dog to find its food. Both move across the dead. The man is on his way and gets to a closed store. He breaks in, gets a water bottle, and picks something to eat. He fills his bag with supplies. The owner is here and says, "You're done," and attacks him. His gun kills him while he's wounded himself. He gets a knife out. Tom sees the body on the way. Sarah had thought to find police or army to guide them. Emily is hearing that voice again. Sarah says there's no sound coming. She gets across the forest to the same road that leads to the observatory. Sees a woman, checks her, it's not her. Moves ahead to find her. Sarah and Tom get to the same store. Emily and Tom find their things. Tom sees 2 bodies who probably killed each other. He's alive and asks Sarah to help him with the doctor. Tom gets outside to ask people for help. They did stop. Sarah says they should care about themselves, and she doesn't care about him, but him and Emily. He sits on the side. Emily asks if he needs anything. He guides her for water, asks her to get closer, and thanks her. Drinks it. He tells her that he just came here for food supplies and water. That man attacked and got killed. He shows her his wound. He asks what's happened, how people died. She tells him about the attack. Sarah sees her talking to him and wants her to get outside. The man simplifies it that she wants to leave him here. Emily doesn't want to leave. He takes her at gunpoint and asks her to bring a doctor. She wets her pants with sudden fear. He lets her go. They take Tom and run out of there. She is calling Sophia's name to find her. Sees a little girl sitting scared. She tells her name so that she can tell her name, Charlotte Fournier. His dad asked him to get to the caves. She got separated in the dark and lost him. She lives in Grenoble, and Catherine is going there. The girl asks about who's Sophia, since she heard her calling her. She says she might be with her parents and brother. She saw dead people. She asks her to think about something else. Soldiers get them. They ask about the girl and let her go. She tells him that her car is on the road, and she has might gone to Grenoble. He can't let her go. They might attack again. He asks him to not come with him. The soldier stands before. They will go along to know what's happening, but she'll have to follow their orders, and they leave. Helen and Bill are on their search. The man is on his way to reach London. Bill checks the dead. He's wondered like the aliens know about themselves a lot. If he can find how they know, he can find why. She says it's not a science experiment. He guides to the right side. Tom says she's lost. She says she just doesn't know where they are. Emily is hearing that sound again. They are going to stay in the hotel. She checks the room. There are dead bodies. Another is available. She gets them waffles and chocolates for today. He asks, will that man in the shop be dead now? Sarah stops them to talk about that. Emily doesn't have an appetite. Here in the store, there are clothes soaked with blood and making a line to the outside. They get to the open spot of the tunnel. The soldier sees civilians. The colonel can see them. She asks them to please go there. They move ahead. They are in the park. Bill had met them just before the attack. He says they shall find him. Soldiers reach down. There seems to be nobody around. All quiet. They are all gone. They split in all directions. There are bloodlines. The colonel follows it along with the soldier. She stays with the soldiers. There's a clinking sound from inside. They turn the lights on, move ahead and find them. They are all brutally killed. Here, one of the soldiers gets headshot. Something is on the roof. She runs along with the child into the superstore. They kill 2 more. She hides. The colonel asks them to fire if they see anything. She can hear a robotic walking sound. The colonel asks the soldier to take care of him. She moves across the shelves to run. She falls, and that thing is near enough. Soldiers get here in time. He gets her. The girl is running on her own. Both sides are blocked, so she hides inside the chip stall. They are looking for her. The machine is here and stops. It opens it. They hear her shouting sound. The soldier calls the colonel to see this. That thing is there. They follow them. They killed Charlotte. He asks her not to look there. He can't take the body to save his soldiers. The soldiers take her along, and they move out of there back towards the observatory. Here, a wounded man is on the road and falls. They bring their wounded soldier. She's seeing them. Someone on the road finds the wounded man. Bill breaks in somewhere. Helen says they should have tried to find Chris. He says, as he told, he didn't see him. He wouldn't have left him to die. She wants to sleep. Night has fallen. Their tech guy is dead. She is sorry. He had ordered. She asks if they saw machines. He says they might be seeing them as a threat. They must want something from us. She says there are other, better planets. Why would they kill without any reason? He leaves to sleep. Sarah is up while the kids have slept. She is crying, lights a cigarette. She sees a girl run outside and a machine following her. She hears her dead scream.